Welcome to Off the Beaten Track with James, Judy and Roger. It's the next day and we're waiting for the taxi to go to Silves Castle. I think here it is. Silves has got a past more dramatic than a soap opera. Romans, Moors, even pirates battled all over this place. Imagine knights clashing swords in that castle, and then merchants hawking spices in the streets. Pretty wild. So we've arrived in Silves at Silves Castle. Had a very interesting chat with the taxi driver who's told us lots about the place.
One thing you notice when you enter is all the stores.
Yeah, there's a huge population of storks here. So hopefully we'll show you some of those. I'm sure we'll see some more. And this is a medieval castle, and Silves is the most historic place in the Algarve. It's tall. They're tall back then.
Yeah.
So the price to get into the castle was €5.60 for 2 seniors and 1 adult. So we're not absolutely sure if they charge
for 2 seniors and nothing else.
So good value.
Yeah.
So this dates back to which century is it?
Well, it was 11 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, 11.
$1100. But the outside, what you can see now, was built in the 1940s.
Yeah, restored. This way, sure.
So I guess this shows us what it originally looked like. And it was badly damaged, I believe, during the Islamic conquests. Got some marvellous views from up here on the ramparts. You can see where they would have fired through the arrows. Can imagine why this would be a key strategic military asset. As you can see, all of the surrounding land. So if anybody's coming to attack, you would see them approaching, and you can fire at them from this fortification. It is a bit windy today. I wonder where that one is. palm trees in the middle of the castle. So any enemies, they would not suspect a thing as they're approaching. Down there it looks like they've excavated to find some of the original walls. Some kind of pit ominously in the centre there. Once a year in the summer they do a medieval reenactment festival, so definitely check out the dates for that if you're going to visit Silves in Portugal. The whole town comes alive in medieval costume. The taxi driver said it's like stepping back in time. You might even forget that you're in the modern day because everybody is dressed in medieval costume. Today. I did say light showers today, but so far we've been quite lucky with the sun. There's an orange tree down there as well. The main commodity in this region is oranges, but they are facing some challenges with water supply. Apparently there's less and less water in Portugal every year, and oranges do need a lot of water. So this castle dates back to the 8th century actually, and it was taken over by the Moors during the Moorish conquest, and it was held by the Islamists for hundreds of years before the Christians thought enough is enough and took it back. So now it's been fully restored, and well, the outside anyway, and it's an absolutely beautiful monument. It's a protected monument in Portugal, and it draws many hundreds of thousands of tourists per year. And in the Algarve, most of the tourists are from the United Kingdom. It's been a popular destination for decades for Brits as well as Italians, French people, even people as far away as Canada and the United States, but mainly with European tourists. So it's a pretty good walk around here if you don't mind heights. It is a little far down if you are afraid of heights, but you can also explore the outside. And there are apparently two large cisterns here that supported all of the people that lived within the castle with all of their water needs. So I think when we go down we shall have a look for those cisterns. Just another look at the amazing view. Silves town there. The mountains, vineyards and orchards all around. Here is one of the cisterns, and this was constructed probably by the Christians in 1189. It's about 20 meters long and held a hell of a lot of water. So let's have a look inside here. I believe all this would have been filled with water. Now, instead of being filled with water, it is an exhibit about the Iberian lynx, which may be eventually reintroduced to the area. Who would live in a house like this? Certainly a very safe place to live. Ooh. And plenty of water. So at either end of this kind of town within a castle would have been stables, and during the excavation they did find a skeleton of a young man who had been killed by a bow and arrow. So apparently that could have happened during the conquests. So despite all of the fortification that surrounds us, it was still a very violent time in the 13th century. Here we can see, don't know if this is authentic, but you can see the Islamic style of these archways behind me. And it looks like these properties were pretty spacious, really. Say they date back so many hundreds of years. I can imagine it was a very bustling street that we've just walked through. During the excavations, this large area was uncovered, and it's not clear exactly what it could be, but maybe for bathing and with an attached kitchen. So perhaps some kind of communal or public bath and kitchen area here. You can see in the centre there's a very nice new garden area that you can stroll around, protected by the fortification from all of the wind. Feels very warm here today. Here is a grinding mill from the Islamic period that you can still see there. Imagine they ground all sorts of grains to make their bread. So in the centre here, I thought this cistern here looked a bit ominous, and indeed it is, because during the Islamic period they threw dogs down here. So it was filled with water, and unfortunately many dogs met their death down inside there. So that concludes our tour of Silves Castle. I must say it's been extremely interesting. Nice walk around the top, and it's kept the wind off us for a while, and some very interesting facts about the history. So next we're going to go into Silves Old Town and look for some traditional Portuguese treats and coffee. So we found a cafe that's rated 4.9 stars on Google Maps. So we're going to check that one out. It should be just the other side of here, not far from the castle. There are a few spots of rain, but really nothing compared to England. It's a little local kitty. And if you're wondering what this building is, this is the impressive Silves Cathedral, which is absolutely huge. Here on the utility box is a picture of one of the stalks that we are hoping to see today, because we did see quite a few on the drive in. So I'm looking out for a stalk to show you. They like to nest very high up. It's believed that at one time this was actually the main mosque, which was built on top of another pre-existing building, with very strong foundations, but now it is a cathedral. So that place unfortunately did not have the Pasteis De Nata that one needs when one is in Portugal. So we're heading to the next place. My mother has got drawn into a shop though, so let's have a look. Oh. Right, perhaps it is that area down there. While my mother's doing a bit of browsing, let's check out this local architecture. Very impressive building here. Nice little streets to explore. An old wall over there. Maybe part of the fortification of the area, perhaps. Oh, here she is. So let's get some coffee and Pasteis De Nata. I'm a Pasteis De Nata nutter.
Oh my gosh.
We've got some seafood treats there.
I don't know what coffee to ask.
I'm going to have a cup of tea now.
They look really good. So our coffee has arrived, our coffee and cake, which is definitely needed at this time of day. And the place we are at today is, what's it called?
Da Rosa.
Da Rosa. It's not got the highest rating, I think it's rated 4.7 if I remember correctly. The other place had a high rating but didn't have the cakes that we want. And it is so important to get these traditional Portuguese cakes with your coffee. No. So this is Da Rosa. Very nice butter. In fact, one of the best ones that I've ever had. Very flaky, many layers of pastry. and a delicious gooey custard centre. So check that out if you're in Silves. Highly recommend it. Portugal is one of the best value places to go.
Yeah.
We had
One thing and then
I don't know if this makes sense, but we've been charged just €10.30 for 3 coffees and 3 Pasteis De Nata, although we may have only been charged for 1, so fantastic value. So next we're heading to the Municipal market of Silves, which is just down here next to the river. Another nicely decorated utility box here. Better than just a grey box or graffiti. There's quite a few in this area. Still on the lookout for one of those birds. So let's see if we find one. A stork. All of the utility boxes are painted nice bright colours and designs. So here we are, we've arrived at the Municipal market area of Silves. Lots of different stalls to explore in this area. You can get the local fruit or the local produce. There are crafts, got wine, alcohol. I'm sure we're going to find seafood and meat as well as we explore all these streets. Some local products made of cork. And here we are in the inside of the market. We are a little bit late in the day. If you want to get here when it's all here, you need to arrive in the morning. As market traders are very early morning people. But this is Silves River. Nice old bridge there. Plenty of places to explore on the front. And even a little if you're staying here. There are the storks. Some storks flying. I'm going to try and zoom in. So yeah, those big birds up there are storks. Hopefully we'll see some much closer to us. But there is the castle up on the top of the hill, and we're heading towards some storks that we've seen.
One over there, look. Top of that tree.
Whereabouts? Oh yeah. Top of this tree here, there is a stork. For some reason, storks love being high up. There we are, a couple of storks in that tree. Looks like they are lovebirds. And there is another one at the top of a tree or top of a pole here somewhere. I think it's storks. Anyway, let's have a look. Yes, they are nesting on top of that tree. I've never seen so many storks as in Silves. In fact, I've only seen one in the UK, I remember. There we are, a couple more storks. Very interesting birds. It's now raining in Silves, so our taxi is booked and we're sheltering under this tree. Taxi's coming in about 10 minutes, and then heading back to the hotel. Okay, another nice taxi drive, and we are back at our hotel again. Silves stole the show today. We journeyed back in time at the incredible castle, feeling like royalty. Wandering the charming cobblestone streets, we stumbled upon hidden gems and soaked up the local Portuguese culture. And of course, no trip to Silves is complete without indulging in some delicious pastries, and trust me, they were worth every bite. History, charm and sweet treats, Silves has it all. Don't miss it. Next stop, Ferragudo. Think cobbled streets, colourful cafes with the best cake and a whole lot of cranes. See you there.